No, thank you.
It's just sticky. It's sticky. I asked them to crank the AC in here, so hopefully
You guys know it's Jack's birthday?
Oh yeah, everybody's
been telling everybody that?
No, Nate told everyone that on the
Nate?
air.
Oh, you did?
He
told me, I don't know how that got out.
No. I have no idea how old he is.
All right. We good on audio? Good. All right. Thank you, everybody, for hopping in with us one more time. We have head coach Ben Olsen here as we kick off the 2026 season. We'll open for questions. Go ahead, Nate.
Be a new season, 4 new players, new beard.
Ooh.
How you feeling?
I feel good. I'm jazzed. Everyone's jazzed this time of year, but again, with I think some of the new additions and new energy around here, there is just a little bit better energy in this building, and couple that with that we've got a point to prove, and we're coming off of a year where we let our fans down and the community down, and we want to rectify that. We want to get back to where we need to be, and that's competing for trophies and getting ourselves back in the postseason. We've spent a lot of time in the offseason. We've had a lot of time, unfortunately. And Pat, Asher, myself, the scouting department, we went to work. And I think when all this is said and done over the next few weeks, I think we're going to have a team that is able to, compete and certainly get us into the postseason as a goal. And if things go well, as far as gelling on the field and off the field, and things go our way, this could be a fun group. But in the meantime, there's a lot of work to do. As we bring new pieces into this, that's that much more work to make them gel on the field, and it'll take a little bit of time. But I'm excited.
Ben, last season, at one point you told us you were trying to find another Héctor Herrera. Now you have him back.
I said that.
I remember.
I don't know if that's a direct quote, but okay. Yeah, we kind of threw you for a loop on that one. I'm sure. I don't know if anyone saw that one coming. I introduced the new guys the other day to everybody, and I just forgot to introduce Héctor because it was as if he never left. He was sitting in the same seat, and it's wonderful to have him back. If you ask me why is Héctor coming back? One, he's a great soccer player. We all know that. The circumstances are different. The timing, the expectations are going to be different with Héctor. But he also loves this club, and he loves this community. And so when we heard about his desire to come back to this club in this area, and there's a couple layers to why that's going on. Certainly his family's here, and that's one of them. And negotiations were fairly easy, and again, it wasn't the circumstances that he was on before. And so again, he's fit right in with the guys. The last thing I'll say about Héctor is Héctor went and won. He just won 2 trophies again. This is what he does. He's a winner, and I know he didn't play a lot, and you could argue he wasn't a huge part of that team, but I know differently. I know what a big part of the team he was down in Toluca and how important he was to that, and I guarantee you they don't win championships without him.
Ben, I know we talked to you a lot about the offense last year. Now you kind of have, seems like a lot of offense. Guillermo coming in. You still have Lawrence, who's going to be a big part of that. Jack, we saw play on the right, some central. A rumored DP, another rumored DP that's an attacker. How do you kind of see this team fitting together in that front 4 or 5 players?
I think that's it. It's front 4, it's front 5. Are we playing with 2 wingers? Are we playing with in a more central, inverted way with some of our midfielders? There's a lot to play with, and I feel like if we do this right over the next few weeks and we bolster 1 or 2 other areas, we're going to have more flexibility with our group, offensively and defensively, than I've ever had. We've ever had here at the Dynamo. Right? We've usually been carrying 13, 14 type players, and working off of one structure. If we do this right, I think the flexibility, both, throughout the year, but also within games, is going to be a lot of fun. And looking down the bench and seeing some real options is something, frankly, I don't think we've had a lot of that can really change the game or help us in other ways.
Hi, Ben.
How are you?
I'm just
See,
kidding. What are your expectations with the new players that are coming in? 3 huge signings that were captains in their former teams. What contributions do you expect from them? And also, what role do you foresee for Hector on his second return to Houston?
Yeah.
Going forward, what role do you
well, I'll answer the first part. We wanted to bring quality in, experience, and winners. And, all 4 of them, including Hector, have that. So that's those are boxes we wanted to check. Within that, they all have some personality. The lights are going to come on, and they're not going to shy away. Again, from the environments and the leagues that they're coming from, the pressure, the intensity that they've been playing at. When it's game time, I think they're going to bring their best for this group, and that's important. Hector, we have very good conversations with Hector about, with him understanding his role in this, for this next phase of his career. Is it one in the way that he had in Toluca? I don't know. Maybe. He may show us that he needs to be on the field every game. I'm not sure. That's what this preseason's for. And I think he understands that. We've been very clear with that, and he's been very clear that he's coming here to accept any role and to help this club get back into the postseason and to help me, because I'll need him. And again, it's been just seeing him every day and how he works with the players already. And again, I think he's going to find the right role. He's going to want to play. Don't get me wrong. There is going to be some players this year that need managed, because everybody wants to play. But I rather have that. Teams that are very easily managed that I've had in my past, they usually lose. So that's I look forward to those challenges to see who ends up being on the field the most, and also creating a team environment where there's enough on the bench to come in and they feel like they're contributing to the success of this team.
Coach, great to see you.
Good to see you.
Happy New Year. I sense the excitement in your voice and your responses. How does this in the World Cup year translate to better promoting the team and maybe to the casual fan? Many of us that follow the club obviously know the players, the quality. How do you transmit that excitement onto the casual fan to grow the Houston Dynamo brand in Houston?
Well, we got to win. We got to take care of our home games. We got to entertain and send these people home happy that come out and support us, right? They'll spread the word if things are going well and we're playing in the right way. As far as, how can we kind of capitalize on the World Cup? Certainly there's going to be more eyeballs and more headlines and, cameras as the World Cup starts to creep nearer. But I don't know. I'm pretty focused on this lane, and hopefully, the front office and everybody around here can give us a little bit more juice, and maybe that translates. I know there is a spike traditionally when the World Cup's happening for the surrounding soccer arenas or venues. So I don't know. It's a good question. All we can do here is win and put on an entertaining product. We've talked about home games last year of how it wasn't good enough. A lot of losses, and that's where we start, because if you take care of your home games, that's a pretty good way to get into the playoffs.
And quickly, Coach, personally, how are you feeling? You seem again excited. Are you more excited than the previous years? And for you personally, is this keep you doing this and wanting to do this long term?
I'm concerning how I was last year at this time. You sense doom and gloom. Maybe I was onto something. I am excited. I'm jazzed. Look, it's been a long off season, and I'm recharged. I think sometimes when you're off that long, there's a lot to process, and I'm excited about the work that we've done in the off season to get to this point. But with an understanding that there's so much work to do in the next 6 weeks to start the season, and then everybody else is doing a lot of work in the off season too and building their team, and so all we can do is keep pushing. And again, we're not done. We want to add 1 or 2 more pieces to this group, and yeah, I'm feeling good. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach.
And more or less, talk about the structure, the team. It's more or less a bit of a good problem, right? To have a number or a plethora of options, of loadedness, you could say, in the midfield and in the back, right? You could almost argue that it's probably 5 new signings, including Tejas for his time out last season. So having these number of players compete for these number of spots on the team on a sort of reduced season with no Leagues Cup, how does that more or less lay out for the season for y'all?
Well, I hope it, is helpful. I mean, things happen. We look at last year and some of the injuries, and I think we had some trouble with depth last year, whether it was Franco or Eric, and you mentioned a few of them. So that depth continues to help you throughout a long season. I know there's a break, but all that break does is squeeze games on the front end and squeeze games on the back end. So now you have more Wednesday, Saturday, Wednesday situations where you're going to need that depth. But from a competitive standpoint, again, we just, this will be probably one of the most competitive teams that we've had. I've probably ever had in my time coaching. So that's exciting to me. That in a lot of ways, you could say from a management standpoint, it's going to make my life a little bit harder. But from a coaching standpoint and winning games, this is what you want from a coaching staff and a team, and I'm looking forward to it because, again, as long as you're doing well on the field and the results are coming, it's a very, very healthy thing. And as I said, it gives you more a bigger ability to adapt within games, which I don't think we've necessarily had for a while.
Coach, what are you expecting to see from Héctor Herrera on the field? It doesn't matter if he's a starter or backup or whatever. What kind of Héctor do you want to see with your team?
I haven't seen Hector for a year. We're 3 sessions into it. I can tell you what I've seen so far, and he's still a world-class talent, and he's still an amazing soccer player. Where is he at in fitting in with this new group and how we design this? What is his fitness levels? What role is he playing, whether he's starting, whether he's coming off the bench, whether he's not playing, whether he doesn't get into a game, right? These are all scenarios I don't necessarily know how this plays out. And I've told Hector that, and, he understands that. Again, that doesn't mean that Hector's going to be all smiles if he doesn't get in their game. I know him as well. He's a competitor. It's why he's done what he's done in his career. But ultimately, we built this team kind of without Hector, and then Hector kind of came into the fold. So that is going to be part of this as we go forward. And again, I deal with that with honest dialogue and making sure all the cards are on the table. And again, we have enough of a history, and there's love between us that hopefully hopefully I think this is going to be a real net positive of having him back at this club. If I didn't think that, we wouldn't do this.
Coach, you mentioned expected a couple more signings. There's rumors that Mateus Valverde from Cruz Azul could potentially land in Houston. Just your overall thoughts, and would you like to see a player like that on your roster?
We don't comment on players under contract with other teams.
What Pat said.
Right.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Ben, the Houston soccer community, hit hard this offseason with the, club cutting ties with Glenn Davis.
Yeah.
Just wondering if
Sure.
load the organization?
Well, personally, I had a great relationship with Glenn. You know, he was on par to me with Dave Johnson at DC United, who was there forever and still does the radio there. And I had the pleasure of working with Glenn every week and having a phone call to get ready, get him a little bit more well-versed on us for television. We had a great relationship, and he was, is and was a big part of the Houston Dynamo culture. He's been there from the start. So got a lot of love for him.
Right here. Ben, just one more for me. Last year, you guys don't make the playoffs. Coming into this season, is it playoffs or bust? What are your expectations
Sure.
for this team early on?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. That's the goal. So, you know, that was the goal last year. It didn't happen. So, we need to put ourselves in the postseason. So, you know, however you want to say that, bust, and that's fine with me. That's the pressure we're putting on ourselves, and we believe we have a team to get into the postseason. So, yeah, that's the expectation, and that's what we're aiming for. And again, you know, this league is you start there, and then if things start to gel, and all of a sudden this group is clicking, and you have a good culture, you know, anything can happen, as you saw in the first year when we my first year.
All right, guys, it's hot in here. Let's call it a day. Thank you all for being here. Thank you, Coach.
Good. Thank you guys. Appreciate you.